What I have been doing to prepare for the coming collapse, chaos, SHTF. Hey everybody, this is Michael with Asymmetrical Preparedness. Hopefully you guys have been doing what you can. Hopefully you guys haven't been procrastinating. Hopefully you've been doing everything you possibly can and prioritizing your preps as much as possible. Cutting corners on things that aren't needed to get the things, to do the things that are actually important, that will make a difference. It's that 20% that really makes a difference versus that 80% that just kind of like, you can spend your time doing all that, but it's that 20% that'll really make a difference. What have you been doing? What have I been doing? Let's talk about this. But first off, you guys please subscribe to the channel. Please hit that thumbs up. The little heart with a thanks in it. If you want to give us super thanks, donate to the channel, help us do what we're doing here, awesome. That'd be greatly appreciated. Also, that thumbs up, commenting on the videos, sharing the videos, doing all those kind of things really helps us reach more people, empower more people, more assets versus liabilities. You guys know the drill. Anyway, and we're doing a lot of awesome things on Patreon. We've been talking about that and what we've been doing to it lately. That's one of the things I've been doing. Tribe is very important when it comes to a lot of different things that you may not have the tools, the abilities, the capabilities, stuff like that. So today, tribe member, we have two defensive toolsmiths in our tribe. One's an official one, and one does it for hobby and for lots of friends and stuff like that. But that got worked on today. I talk about it on Patreon, what I've been doing to that lately, and my other ones. So I talk about, in links in the description below for Patreon, it's $1 a month, hundreds of good videos there. I talk a lot about in there about what I recommend for the most needed upgrades for those kind of things. Because there are some that I feel very strongly about, especially your primary defensive tools. They need to go boom when you need them to, reliably every single time. So there are certain things you can do. We talk about on Patreon because I can't talk about it here or else risk getting shut down. And that way I'll be doing nobody any good by not reaching people. Got to stay under the radar so that we can empower others. What else have I been doing? You can see all this dead stuff around here. Cutting back blackberries from the zucchini and butternut squashes here and the pumpkins. Cutting back more area, clearing it out, getting that stuff off it so the sun can hit it nice, take full advantage of the sun, and getting that stuff out of the way also for defensive purposes, for visibility, line of sight, stuff like that. What else have I been doing? I have been harvesting my garden. As things get ready to harvest, I harvest them, and then if it's something that I pull the whole plant up or I'm done with that plant, I immediately replant for my fall garden. That's very important. Growing your own food, you guys will see, very short order, that growing your own food, raising your own animals is going to be so important. Getting those things squared away also is going to be so important. Self-reliance and the ability to take care of yourself, provide for your family, protect your family, defend your area. Also, stand up for what you believe in. That is called empowerment. Empower yourself to be able to defend your ability to continue your free will. God gave us free will. I just want to live my life, grow my garden, play with my kids, do things like that. There are others that want to control you, though. We all know that. We all know we could talk about their agenda and stuff like that, but that's not for this video. I've talked about that in other videos also, but the thing is that I want everybody to be able to practice their free will. Free will is not doing something that hurts anybody else. It's just doing what you want that doesn't have negative effects on anybody else. I'm a big supporter and proponent of that. also of freedom and of liberty and of individual rights. That's very important to me. Should be to everybody. Who doesn't want to have the right to do what they want to do? As long as it's not harming anybody else. Anyway, enough of that. I have been, yes, replanting. What have I been replanting? I've been planting more potatoes, more carrots, more beets, more butternut squash, more pumpkins, more parsnips, more. I have another set of peas already coming up out of the ground already. So we're going to have round 2 of peas. That's really good. What else have I been doing? Fitness. Actually, the last couple days I haven't been doing fitness because the whole family, not the whole family, 3 out of the 4 of us came down a little cold. No big deal. We're over it now. It's just one of those little things. You know, it happens. Kid got sick first from our grandkids. And yeah, so we're down for a little bit. So I'm just taking it easy. But fitness, always working on fitness. That is vitally important. What have we been doing for food storage? Well, all this stuff we're producing in our garden, as you see here, there's a bunch of tomatoes on there. They're all still green, but they'll be coming in very shortly. I've been dehydrating a lot of stuff. What do I dehydrate, you might ask? Well, I dehydrate beet greens. I dehydrate beet stalks. What do I do with beet stalks? Well, because they're not very useful in a lot of things, what I do is I grind them up. Usually the beet greens also, I'll just grind it up and make a nutrient powder. And then I add that into a jar with a bunch of other things. Carrot greens, nutrient powder. Kohlrabi leaves, nutrient powder. What else? Looking around the garden so I don't forget. Swiss chard, nutrient powder. Dock, nutrient powder. Dandelion, nutrient powder. There's a lot of other things I've been doing also. Japanese knotweed, nutrient powder. There's a lot of wild edibles we've been adding as well as things out of the garden. So that's what I do. I dehydrate them. I actually have never dehydrated green beans. I have some in the dehydrator right now. They've been going for about 10 hours now, and they're doing pretty well. So I don't know how well that's going to work out. They may be ground down into the nutrient powder, or we'll see if we can use them as is. It's all an experiment, growing and learning and stuff like that. So I've also been dehydrating the sage that we're growing, the oregano that we're growing, the cilantro that we're growing, the spearmint, the mint, the, let me see, what other herbs? Green onions. Green onions a lot of green onions. That's what I just dice them up like you dice up green onions to throw in a dish, throw them in the dehydrator, then throw them in a mason jar, throw in an oxygen absorber. And then once we're done with that, once we get enough jars to do a dry canning session, we'll just dry can them. There's different ways to do it. I've already done the method of just putting them in a mason jar, put an oxygen absorber in there, seal it really well, and then because it absorbs all the moisture, oxygen, stuff like that, then the little canning jar lid goes pop, it pops down. So I have that in progress right now. None of my lids have actually popped down yet, so we'll see how that's going. But we're trying to do as many things as we possibly can to be as set up and as effective at living as we possibly can. A lot of work with that, training-wise, using my gear all the time, wearing my gear, just building up that, staying used to wearing that kind of gear all the time is very important, especially if you got a helmet and you're not used to wearing it. You got to start wearing it around if you have one because your neck's going to get sore. It may sound like a little thing, but try it. Wear it around for like 8 or 10 hours, and then tell me that you don't need to wear it to get used to it. But yeah, working on the garden, growing the garden, anything. Let me reword this. The things I feel are most important for you to do, and the things that I'm doing are things that will allow me to be as outside of the system as possible, which are all the self-reliance type things. I mentioned fitness. Fitness is key. You're not going to be as effective at doing anything in SHTF where everything is going to be more difficult to do if you're not fit. And don't give me any excuses. No excuses. No room for excuses. Just do it. Start off slow, take it easy, don't overdo it, start body weight, just keep working at it until it becomes part of your lifestyle. Also make changes, stop eating McDonald's or Burger King and stuff like that. Maybe stop smoking, maybe stop drinking, maybe stop dipping, maybe stop doing any of those things. Put the money into prepping and be more healthy. Even if nothing happens, you'll live longer, you'll be happier, those around you will be happier probably, and you'll have a bunch of free money, extra money that you can put into preps. So think about those things. Stop with the excuses. Seriously, this is not the time and a place for excuses. We're too far into the game. So just leave those excuses at the door, get out there and work out, exercise, get the training, meet the people, build tribe, do all those things. I love you guys. Not trying to be too hard on you, but this is serious. So have a wonderful day and blessings to you and yours.